Dracula's out in the sunlight. I don't think he should be doing that. Oh. The world's slowest train. Wonder Railway. Now that carousel is 150 years old. Well, we've got some shooting saloons. I might have a go on that. I'm not going on that. I can't go on that. Look at the speed of it. I might go back on the ghost train. I won last time, but it's good. They squirt you with water. A lot of water. I'm not good on that. Oh. It's probably fixed. What do you reckon? Should I go on the ghost train or the big boy ride? I've been on the carousel. Stopped. There you enter the ghost train. Should Dracula be out during the day? I don't think Dracula should be out during the day. What we got? There's another one there. That's the Dudley War Memorial. The Great War, 1914 to 1918. And the Second World War as well. Obviously they've moved that here because everything here is supposed to look like the 1940s. That's why you'll see policemen dressed as the 1940s, and that library was supposed to be knocked down about 80 years ago, and instead they've moved it here so they can charge people £27. It's very showing today. I will go back to the fairground. Yeah, the TVs from the 1940s. That's from the 60s, obviously. But all the buildings in the local area that was prominent, instead of knocking them down, they've moved them here. Here just from the 1940s. Folks Park. walk down here. This is a famous pub. This is Elephant and Castle. This was also supposed to be knocked down, but they just moved it here instead. Has anyone watched that film, Stan and Ollie, with Steve Coogan? There's a pub down here, the Women's Institute. Elephant and Castle. Come on, this come on, look how old this is. But like I say, it's all from the 1940s. Banks's Ale. Does anybody watch that same program, Peaky Blinders? Well, they filmed it down here because, again, it's they're not going to spend millions and millions of pounds to build a 1940s set. There's some very popular chips. Everyone's queuing to get some chips. But down here, you know where Tom Hardy meets... How many people's having chips? You know when Tom Hardy meets that bloke on the canal boat? It's just down here. Because you're not going to build a set for millions and millions of pounds when you can just come here and it's all 1940s all already. Hang on. Now, obviously, they see CGI some factories over there making smoke. But Tom Hardy, I came here once, and Tom Hardy was actually here filming with the rest of the crew. And the film producer says, "Sorry, you're not allowed down here because we're filming." And I says, "I've paid £27 to come here." But she wouldn't have it. Sorry. She says, "No, you come down here, it's all closed off." But this is where Tom Hardy met, hang on. There's usually a bloke down here just like a coal miner. Yes, I come from the 1940s. But obviously, this is for children to come on the school trips. Have you ever seen that Simpsons episode? Hang on. You know when Bart goes to that museum, the Box Museum, the most boring museum in the world. That's pretty much this. But hang on 2 seconds. Now you could take your kids to the zoo, but no, they didn't bring them here. So everywhere I look, there's thousands of kids. Now his mate was up there with a rifle, and the narrowboat comes down here, and Tom Hardy stood here. And in the back there, they see CGI'd loads of chimneys and factories. But this is where a lot of the Peaky Blinders was filmed. I've never watched it. But this area is famous. They were sat there on them deck chairs. One of them had a blood-filled bag. I don't know what was in it, but there's usually people down here filming. They filmed Sherlock Holmes here and Dracula, and there's a 1940s section. There's a Victorian section over there. You've seen the fairground. The Lord give you peace always. I'm just catching my own breath. But yeah, this was all filmed in a Peaky Blinders. And the cheeky beggars charge you £27. £27 to come in here. Oh, it's not going to be a very interesting stream if I just sit down. So let's go and have a look at the pub. Now, this pub over here, it's been in a few films, but the most recent film was in Stan and Ollie. Yeah, he's got his raise you giving. There's a miner, not a real miner. Everyone here plays dress up. There's a coachman, there's a butler, there's a publican. Everyone from the Victorian era and the 1940s. Let's have a look at this pub. Hang on. There's a stable down here. All these Victorian houses, look. And they play black and white films in there, silent black and white films. There's a pub. The Bottle and Glass. This is out of the Steve Coogan film. And this Methodist church was supposed to be knocked down as well. Look, first built 1837, moved here 1978. So this should have been knocked down, but they moved it here instead. I won't go inside, but my signal might die out. But if you've seen any ITV programs where the game's afoot, Sherlock, they probably filmed it here. Because it's all timey-wimey, oldie. I can't believe how many people want chips. A druggy shop. Fish and chips, down the fish and chips. Yeah, these buildings have all been saved from demolition. And they've just put them in here. There's a lot of churches being saved here. Oh, I really need to sit down. But it goes all over the back there. Unfortunately, it was a 5-mile walk here, so I'm quite tired. There's a washerwoman from the 1940s. I don't think she's from the 1940s. I think they're just actors. Bottle and Glass. I'll have a Banksy's Mild in the pub. I think that's a school. Yeah, there's a cinema down there, but they only play like Charlie Chaplin films.
Can you see the gold ball?
It goes on. I'm not going any further until I've had a Pepsi or a beer. Brownie ice for sale. There's a lot of them babies crying. There's a lot of babies crying. I don't blame them coming here. Is it open? I think it's open.